Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Do you feel afraid while defending your castle? Why? What is the reason behind it? I do not feel afraid. You must be thinking why I do not feel afraid. So the main reason here comes that your attack is high, but then also you can defend the castle from your enemy whose attack are same. That's what is the reason behind it. So today we will discuss about that reason and how to improve it. So nowadays in the battles, offensive and defensive damage is necessary. In nowadays they are playing an important key role in your battle reports. When you open your battle reports, you will come to know. So let's see how we can increase the defensive damage today. Today we will talk about only defensive damage. So let's see how can we increase it nearly 100, because 100 will be good for you for now, but as the time increases, enemy also gets stronger, so you need to work more on it. Nowadays you can see lot of people got 100 plus offensive, even non-spenders are getting 100 plus offensive. So you should know how you can increase your defensive, and also you can increase solo defensive attack, solo defensive defense, and solo defensive HP. So how is that possible? So let's see in this video about all that things. So first of all we will talk about defensive damage, how much we can increase. So in combat you cannot going to get anything about that, not in city development. Then advanced damage also not. You need to open city defense. Here you can see you will get 5%, 5, 10, 15%. Then here 15, 5, 20%, and 20 plus 5, 25% total you can get from city defense. And as you can see, they do not require much resources, but they need the speed ups. So you can maintain the speed ups from Rift store and different stores, and make high defensive damage, and you can also defensive damage reduction. So here you get 25% damage total. Then comes your dragon. While defending you should use red dragon. Why I am saying that? Because they boost your troop, increase defensive troop damage, and increase defensive troop damage reduction too. So they increase both. So let's see how much they increase. Defensive damage taken reduction to 25%, and defensive damage to 15%. So they're 25 and they're 15. So total 40% has been increased. And this also help in hospital capacity. So while enemy attacks you and you lack the hospital capacity, so it will also help you there. And if you use a Skartha, then it will boost your 20% HP of all unit. But we will see here that instead of that Skartha, we can use a Dragon Bird 2, 7th order Dragon Bird, and Sharp Returnance. It doesn't need much stone, nearly 1.8 million stone. If you are old player, then you must have that. This is a farm castle, so I do not have. See, defensive attack, defensive defense, defensive HP, and defensive damage also here also increased 15%. So total defensive damage till now has been increased. Your 55% defensive damage has been increased till now. And you can see defensive attack, defensive defense, defensive HP. This only takes effects when you defend your castle. When you will defend your castle solo, not rally. When someone rally, then it is better to use Sharp Returnance. Sorry, Impregnable City, because this gives unit tech and unit defense for non for rally and non rally both. But that Sharp returns only gives you for rally. So total here till now we have increased the defensive damage by 55%. So you must be thinking why in solo we should activate this dragon bird, 7th order dragon bird. Let's compare. So nowadays there is a passage of only infantry and cavalry peoples are using only infantry and cavalry for different attack and defense. So when they use this, here you are getting attack 30% and defense 50%, but there you will get only 15%, only 18% attack and 30% defense. So it's lacking, and infant and archer damage to only 8%. That means 2% you are getting less damage, and unit attack also 12% less. When comes at defense, total 55% your infantry will increase, but their all troop defense will increase by 50%. And if you are a cavalry player, attacking player, then you must have more cavalry in your castle. So cavalry defense will go there low by 20%. So you should, when someone is attacking you solo, you should use that dragon bird, sharp deterrence. And you should preset the functions. There's no one above. uh, you should preset these functions. Here, uh, instead of attack allocation you can use defense allocation too, because if you do not like to attack, then just use one dragon word for solo and one for rally and maintain it likewise. So here are these things. Total 55% has been increased. Then comes civilization research. So how much we can increase from civilization research? Let's see. In this case only you can increase offensive. For defensive you need to open Dragonborn slaughter. Every page slaughter will give you 2.5%. Max is 2.5%. That means total there are 4 pages, that 4 civilization. That means you can get 10%. So it comes 65%. Then comes different thing. In Huaxia you will get in main Huaxia 6 secret teaching you will get defensive damage. For opening T12 you are going to get till 4 level. That means 3% defensive damage you will get from here, and it will go up to 2 levels. After that you can unlock T12, so 1% from here. So 314%, 10%, 14%, and earlier we are having 25, 15, 15, 55, and 1065 plus 4 69%. So total we have increased till now 69%. Then comes Sage Research. You can do eternal life. For doing this total you will need 1 million stones nearly, because at last I have done till 90%, and I think for 100% it need 444k stones or something like that. So overall it will increase your 10% defensive damage. So here comes total of nearly 80% defensive damage. Then comes your uh, dragon glass. So in gold dragon glass, if you are having level 25, so you should increase, you should make these random attributes at least both damage reduction and damage only defensive damage. At least they should be brown, because at gold you will need more crystals. If you have much crystals, then out put it in auto purify 2 gold and go to sleep. You will get nearly from there 21% to 23% at gold, I think. So just assume 21% damage reduction. That means it has reached your 100% damage reduction. And you must be thinking where I put offensive, so put here offensive and here defensive. It will help you, or you can put there also defensive and here offensive. There you will get nearly 19 to 21%. So you can easily attain 100% defensive damage. And there are a lot more ways and lot of things has been launched, like here, if you have reached here level 5, then it will boost you 10% for nearly here from your, you can get total of 13 to 15% if you have reached level 5 1, and other also nearly 4 3 like that. So in 15% it has reached 115% damage reduction for you. And then comes magic house 2, and I don't think magic house gives for non-spenders. For non-spenders, let's see. Manual, offensive defensive damage, you can get max 20% minimum 15, and defensive attack. Here you are getting defensive attack and defensive defense, they are also important. I think they are not for non-spenders because they are only giving 5%. So see here, they are not for non-spenders, so don't go for here. So nearly you can increase easily 115% defensive damage reduction from just by using some stones and other things. And one more thing, you can do research when you are going solo battles. So what you need to do is that solo battles means solo defense battles. Open book of eternal life and do defensive damage. Here defensive defense, defensive HP, and defensive attack. When someone attacks solo, then only it takes effect. So nowadays, big players directly attack solo. They do not say their troops. So this will help you to boost your attack, defense, and HP too. So you must be thinking they need a lot of sales score in future, but not. I have done till 6 level, and they all need per level require one sales score. That means nearly 42. You can increase 6. After that, maximum it will take nearly 100 to 150k stone for one, for 10% defensive attack, and 100 to same for another 3. That means they are not much, because you can earn nowadays nearly 300k to 400k easily in 15 days, so you can just consume them. Then comes from one, there are one more way to increase defensive damage. Here when you will train 150k traps, you can increase defensive damage by 15%. But it's not easy to train 150k traps because they need fine iron, and also lot of speed ups you will need. So here it's tough to get. I think both will give 15% or only one is giving 15%. If all three will give 15%, then it will increase by 45. Just assume that you will get total of 150k, then only you can increase up to 15% because it's too tough to get that much, and they are also telling 150k maximum. If you are training this level and this level pitfall and quick lime cell, then you can increase up to 30%. So just assume you are getting, it will take long time for you to train 150k traps, so leave this. After accept this, you can increase your defensive damage by 115%. And nowadays there is a trend of making infantry castles. So when someone attack you with 1000 attack, cavalry attack 2, and if you have nearly this type of defensive damage 115 120, and it has offensive damage like that, and you have good troop layering. Troop layering means when you are making infantry castle, you should know which troop you need to keep most. So when for defending, T10 is the best troops, but if someone attack and you have only T10, then there are no any troops which can take its attack too. So to counter attack, you need to train other troops, which I will tell you in other video. So for today this is up, and if you need other things, what you need, just comment below and I will post on that. I have already left playing Clash of King, but if you need any help, you can just message me. Just comment below and I will make a video for you on that post. Thank you guys for watching the video. Please like, share and subscribe the channel.